At the post-match, we heard Jose Mourinho kind of summing up the match, and he said this basically just comes down to a penalty, and that's the only difference in this game. Don, what is Eric Dier thinking when he's on the ground there scrambling to, I don't know, try to do what against Timo Werner?
Yeah, the problem is, Seb, he's not thinking, because he must have knew that Timo Werner was around him, and as Jose in his interview was saying, and he was frustrated because he was sort of alluding to that it was just a nothing penalty. But I think what Jose was saying, it was a penalty, but he was saying it was a nothing penalty from Eric Dier to give away. It wasn't like Timo Werner was bearing down on goal and he was just about to pull the trigger and it was a tap-in finish. He was, on the angle from distance. There was no need to give the penalty away. He was on the floor, so I loosely sort of stay on your feet, but you know what I mean. Just don't make a tackle and hope that you've got a covering defender that's going to get you out of trouble. And Jose will look back at that, and as Jose does, he tries to spin one or two things. His team got completely outplayed in the first half, but he'll try and spin it, and he'll just say it's just the penalty. It was more than that, and then he'll say, well, Vinicius could have scored at the end, and we could have got something out of the game. So somehow Jose tries to drag some sort of positives out of a bad performance. He's done exactly the same against Brighton last week, and he's done it again tonight.
Jurgen, isn't that just the problem? Like, we hear Jose Mourinho after these games, and he always focuses on the individual mistakes, but that gives him a pass. Then we never discuss what Jose Mourinho is doing tactically.
Well, obviously, he's magical in finding explanations and analyzing things, and he's not wrong either. Because obviously, they had a chance in the last 2 minutes. Could have scored. It would have finished and possibly 1-1. But the biggest task now for Jose really is how to get this team up in the table of the league. How to get this team in the Final Four, because Tottenham fans, not only that they dreamed about obviously the championship in the beginning of the season or the first couple of months, the must-to-do is to get into Champions League again. And right now they are far away from the Champions League spots, so you got to create a certain positive vibe there within your squad. You got to get everybody back on track, and you have to figure out how to score goals and how to get forward, and how to obviously get the players behind you, because, if you look at the body language of Gareth Bale there on the sideline, or Dele Alli not coming in at all, those are big players, and you need to handle them. You need to keep them basically with you. And sooner or later, hopefully, they can come in and make a difference. But that was not today, unfortunately, the case.
Don, I feel like we've kind of seen this movie before. The team is fading. Mourinho's talking about everything else but the football on the pitch. Is the magic gone?
I don't think the magic's gone. It's certainly fading, Sebi. I don't think he's got the squad to try and get anywhere near the title, even though they were sitting top of the league at one point. But many teams have sat top of the league this season. He's trying to work his magic. He's trying to work something that I just don't see is going to happen for him. I think the biggest worry, for Tottenham fans is then what happens at the end of the season. If this is a season where they've won no trophies, I wonder what Son does. I wonder what Harry Kane does. I wonder if they really think about starting to win some serious trophies. So I think the magic's still in Jose. Just how on earth he's going to try and get the magic into this Tottenham side, because at the minute they are way off. If you think of where Man City are, and I know Guardiola's been there a few years and he spent a lot of money, but Tottenham are a million miles away from where City are.
Don, we know what he's not going to do. He's not going to play Gareth Bale, and he's not going to play Dele Alli, as Jurgen mentioned. Why? Why still? Clearly, this team's down 1 goal again. They need goals, and he's not using either of these two guys.
Yeah, listen, I've got no idea. What I would say is, from a player's point of view, I think, Dele Alli needs to do a lot more. I think he needs to come in for training early. He needs to work hard. He needs to convince Jose. Sometimes, it's not always the manager's fault. Players have to look at themselves. If Dele Alli, and Jose called him a terrible trainer. When Jose done that documentary, he said to Dele Alli, "You're a terrible trainer." Now, if someone said that about me, I would be absolutely furious. Not at the manager. I'd be furious at myself. And I'd look at myself in the mirror and think, does Jose Mourinho think I'm a terrible trainer? I'm going to prove him wrong. I'm going to come in early. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to be the last one away. And when I get game time, I'm going to convince the manager that I'm not a terrible trainer and I'm a good professional and I'm worthy a place in this squad. I don't think Dele Alli's done that. Gareth Bale is just a real strange scenario that I think Daniel Levy's more or less said to Jose, here, Jose, there's Gareth Bale, and Jose's gone, no thanks, doesn't fancy him, whether he's fit or not. But surely, even in the last 10 minutes of a game, you might just throw Gareth Bale on. You might just try and get him on. You might have a free kick. You might have a moment of magic. Surely Gareth Bale at the moment is not completely finished.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.